What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So today I wanted to talk to you about some adulting hacks. They're not really hacks, they're just like things to know as an adult. As most of you may not know, if you don't know, hi, I'm Kayleigh, and I'm 29 years old. This is my final year in my 20s, and I hate everything. Do you know when like you feel like you're not the age that you actually are, but like your body is actually getting older and it's like, catch up, lady, this is happening, and I'm just like, nah, man, nah. I came across this like Tumblr post through a website that I read because, let's be honest, I don't have time for Tumblr anymore. What is that? What I did is I read through the post and I compiled a list of my favorite adulting hacks that I wanted to share with you guys because relatable. Number one, even if you get along great with your family right now, you'll get along even better with them when you move out. I can personally attest to this as someone who did not move out of my house until I was, how old was I? 25? 25 is when I moved out of my parents' house, and I would honestly say that my relationship is so much better. I don't see them every day, and I wish that I did because I do miss that like family dynamic of like being around my brothers and my mom and my dad, but we get along like really well now. It just works. Like, I don't know if it's because we're not in each other's hair every day, but like it's so much better now. Number two, guys, when you're shopping as an adult, like, you realize things are really expensive, and you know what? Generic is almost always as good as name brand, but there are some products that you just never buy generic of and stick with name brand. Peanut butter, ketchup, Imodium, shout out to my IBS friends, Oreos, and pasta sauce, alright? Just stick to name brand on those products, because trust me, store brand peanut butter is never gonna taste as creamy and awesome as Jif or Jiffy or whatever other brands there are that exist. Ketchup's always gonna have a funky flavor if you go with generic. Oreos are, that's it. Like, just buy Oreos. And as someone who has IBS and has made many videos on the subject, do not buy generic Imodium or anything like that remotely. Just trust me, it doesn't work. Hack number three, and something that I need to start doing more of, thrift stores are a great place to look for stuff that you need and don't want to spend a ton of money on. Like furniture, or special occasion outfits, or home decor and artwork. You can find a lot of things there, and don't ever discount the fact that if you find a piece of furniture that you don't like the color of, or it's not your exact style because the finishings aren't up to par, Michaels and Hobby Lobby and AC Moore exist for a reason. You can always repaint something, and that also goes for decor. Like, if you find a really cool statue but like the paint's chipping and it looks crazy, buy spray paint and spray it all one color or paint it yourself. Make it an art project and you'll love it that much more. Number four, do the dishes before your sink grows into its own ecosystem. Trust me, you don't want to leave the dishes in the sink for like a week, because that smell is not gonna go away until you clean it, and it's worse to clean it when it already smells. Number five, if you are the only one in the aisle at a grocery store and you need to get from one end to the other and you don't really need to see anything in that specific aisle, you should totally cart surf down that aisle. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Hold on to the little things, it makes all the difference. Number six, 20% tip is usually the standard, so stick to it. I would say 15% tip is only warranted on horrible service. As someone who worked as a bartender and a waitress all the way through college for many, many years, it's really hard work, and you're not the only demanding customer that we deal with. So pay it forward. They may be your dentist someday. Also, for good measure, once in a while, buy the person's food in the drive-thru behind you. It'll make their day and it'll make you feel really good for helping someone else out. Number seven, if you have even the tiniest bit of apartment patio, grow something. Herbs, tomatoes, flowers, make something live. And if you lack a green thumb like I do, just opt for cacti. Finally, number eight, and by far the most important one in my opinion, don't be afraid to ask for help. The one thing that I try to remember is that no one knows what they're doing. There's not a manual that someone hands out when you turn a certain age. Everyone is figuring everything out on their own. No one becomes the like most skilled adult overnight. I sometimes think about how crazy it is that like my mom had me at 20, and when I was 20, I was still in college, and like having kids was like the furthest thing from my mind. And so when I think about the mindset that I was in, and then add that to my mom, it makes you realize that your parents didn't know what they were doing either. They just figured it out as they go. And so don't be afraid to ask someone who's already been there how to do something, or just advice. You don't have to follow what they say. You can still live your own life and make your own choices, but don't be afraid to ask someone for advice or for help. It's there, you know? Use it. Anyway, you guys, if you have any additional adulting hacks that you want to leave in the comments down below, I'd be more than happy to read them, and I'll pin the one that I think is the best or the funniest or the most relatable or relevant to the top of the comments, so have at it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If this is the first video that you're seeing of mine, hi, I'm Kayleigh. You should subscribe by hitting that red button right down below, and we can become best friends forever. Make sure you ring that bell and turn on the notifications. I do upload Monday through Friday at different times, so it'll at least notify you when the video goes live. Links to my Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram are also down below. I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye everyone.